Everybody, it's Jennifer and Obi, or Obi-Wan Kenobi if you happen to follow him on Instagram. And today I just wanted to shoot a quick video blog to let you guys know about an incident that happened over the weekend that involved me and Obi. So we've made up, but Obi bit me over the weekend because I had to give him a bath. So to give you a little bit of background, we have two little kids in the house and they do some really stupid things sometimes, and this weekend happened to be one of those times. They took some stain remover, shallot stain remover spray, and they decided to spray Obi in it. And so as soon as we discovered that this had happened, I knew we had to get it off of him. And so I quickly filled up the bathtub with some warm water and proceeded to give him a bath. He just did not like it, and he bit me. So what happened was he has these really long teeth, and when he bit down into the tendon, it embedded some bacteria, likely staph, into my finger. And then from there, it just quickly turned into this massive infection. And within about 4 hours, I had a completely swelled pinky finger and I couldn't bend it. So I went to urgent care and I let them know. Apparently this isn't the first time something like this has happened. The doctor prescribed me an antibiotic to take over the counter, not over the counter, but orally, so by mouth. And I was supposed to call back in 24 hours if it didn't look any better. 24 hours passed. The next day, it was not looking any better, and in fact, it was starting to spread. So I'll show you right now. You can't even see it. So you actually can't see it at all. It looks like a great finger. He bit me right here and right here, so right over my joints, which is the worst place, I guess, to get a bite like this. And it went deep. I could feel that it did hit my bone. It sent a shiver up my spine. So when it started to swell and get infected, signs that I knew something was really wrong was that this turned into, they actually call it a sausage finger. And it looks like one. It looks like you've got 3 links here, and it's huge. It swells up really, really big. It was sort of bent in this position. I couldn't bend it and I couldn't straighten it. And then I started to get this red swelling that was coming down the side of my hand and also a little bit on the back side. It was even starting to go into my other finger. And there was an internal pain that just cannot be described. It was achy and sore, and it was just completely immobile. I couldn't do anything with it. So on day 2, following the doctor's advice, instead of going to urgent care, I went to the emergency room. I figured something more had to happen besides just getting some antibiotics to take care of this. What they prescribed was an IV antibiotic. So while I was there in the emergency room, they gave me an IV and they pumped me up with, I think it was maybe clindamycin. I'm not quite sure. I have a couple of allergies. Penicillin's one of them, so they couldn't give me penicillin. But I got a good dose of that, and they also called a hand doctor and let him know, and he advised me to meet with him the next day for possibly hand surgery. So I had been diagnosed with something called Infectious Tenosynovitis, and this is very common for people who get bit by cats. And so if this happens to you, know that it's an emergency situation. That infection starts to spread, and within 24 to 48 hours, you start to get tissue necrosis. The tissue starts to die, and then it can start to spread down into other areas of your body, but it can also lead to infection, or a really bad infection that could lead to amputation. And so anyways, fortunately, the IV antibiotic seemed to do the trick, and within the next 24 hours, I started to notice a decrease in swelling. I met with the hand doctor, and he told me that there's a very slim chance that I wouldn't need surgery. It's a very rare case to not need surgery. He said about 20% of patients that he sees avoid it, and that it was potentially because I got the IV antibiotic so soon and was so proactive about getting care that I didn't need the surgery. I went back yesterday just for a final checkup, and he said that it was looking really good. So as you can see now, before I couldn't bend it, and now I can. The swelling is, I don't think it's even there anymore. It does feel swollen on the inside. It's like an internal pain still. It feels like it's been bruised, but considering I could have had possible hand surgery. I'm just very grateful that the outcome was what it was, and just feeling really fortunate. Sort of a fluke accident, but it happens. If it happens to you, go in and get it checked out. That is it for today. Tomorrow, Obi's gonna get fixed. So I will make another video to let you all know how that goes. Hopefully okay. So have a great day. Bye.